Alright, now we're going to demonstrate the functionality of this top on the 2004 Cambiocorsa Spyder. Alright, here's our 2004 Cambiocorsa Spyder. Beautiful little Maserati. As with every vehicle we sell, it has a clean title. This one's very well taken care of. Very rare find. They use the 265/35 ZR18s on there, and there's still a good amount of tread left on all four tires. Something that's really unique about this car is the Formula One style gearbox. Now this gearbox is actually mounted to the rear axle, and it gives the vehicle a 48-52% weight distribution front to rear. And it does actually have an automatic mode as well. So it uses a dual flywheel clutch, and it uses an electro-hydraulic mechanism to disengage and engage the clutch for you when you have it in that auto mode. And it does have the paddle shifters there on the wheel as well. Let's pop open the hood and show you this Ferrari engine. Now, what a lot of people don't know about Ferrari is they're not really into designing consumer products. Ferrari is a racing team, and the only reason why they sell cars to the general public is to fund their racing team. And along with that, you can get some Formula One technology. And so what you're seeing here is a 4.2 liter Ferrari engine. It's rated at 370 horsepower and conservatively rated at 333 foot-pounds of torque. Look at how beautiful that is. Just a gorgeous engine. Not only is it functional, it's gorgeous. It's like a piece of artwork. Look at that, right down to the cherry red valve covers. Just gorgeous. So that engine is actually hand built in the Ferrari factory. What's funny about Ferrari engines, I was watching the show in the factory, their engines don't require a break-in period. The parts that would normally require a break-in period, they actually dip and freeze before they install them in the engine. And so as they heat up, they permanently seat in place. And the first thing they do is they bring it out to the racetrack behind their factory and they open it up to test drive their engines. So it really is an engine built for driving like a race car. And I hope you can hear that. Let me get the camera out a little bit more. That air intake just sounds beautiful. You can hear it taking in quite a bit of air. And you can see Maserati, just these gauges are beautifully done. Brings a nice high-end look. Can you believe that? 23,580 miles on this. Even the clock here in the sunlight's kind of washing it out. But just has a nice high-end look to it. Car's equipped with navigation. Here's a good view at the Formula One style transmission. This little shifter it has. And what's funny, look at that, it has drive and reverse. Doesn't even have park. Closest thing to park you're going to get is you pull back these two paddles, it'll drop it in neutral, and then you just pull up the e-brake here. You can see the seats are done in Italian leather, hand stitched. Just a gorgeous car. The Maserati embroidery, embroidered with the crown. So here we are at about 100. And at 100 miles an hour, you really can feel that this car is coming into its own. Seems to be the vehicle's comfort zone. Just spinning around here and we can head back down. Alright. So now on the way down, I'm going to press this sports button here and put it in the sport mode. Oh yeah. This allows you to play a little bit more. You definitely feel a bit difference in pickup in that sports mode. And I'm just gonna tap the gas and then hit downshift, and really downshifts nicely. Car has a really nice long power band range from about 2,000 RPM right up to about 7,000 RPM. Then with the drilled rotors, brakes so beautifully. The car this small really it's fun to utilize that 370 horsepower. And we'll give them some distance, because it's a shame going around a 40 mile an hour turn in this car and not having fun with it. Alright, so you can see we're about 40 now. 60, 65 miles an hour, and it just feels great. If you're shopping for a car, a performance car in the $30,000 price range, you really should take the time out to come drive this Maserati. The thing's amazing. It's a ton of car for the money. And then as we get back into town here, what I'm going to do, I'll take it out of sports mode, and I'm going to press the auto button right over here. And on the dash, the auto light will come on. And it really is one of these cars where if you've ever been able to shift a manual transmission without using the clutch and without having the transmission grind, you'll really enjoy driving this style car. Because you really get a feel for when it's going to engage and disengage the clutch, and you work the throttle accordingly. So the car automatically downshifts right down the first. And so I'm just going to ease on the gas. And you'll feel the clutch engage. Then when it's ready to shift, I just let up on my foot, and then I ease back down on the throttle. And I'm going to do the same. It's going to shift right in the third for me. Gives you a nice refined ride through the city in this automatic mode. And I think if you really get the feel for the car, you probably get some good longevity out of the clutch. Now if you just take the gas pedal and you just put it to the floor, when the car does the override shift, it'll actually let off the throttle for you automatically and do the clutch work, but I think it puts on some extra wear in that clutch. And it really is a car where you should have the feel for it, and it's quite enjoyable when you get a feel for when it's going to shift and you just let up on the throttle and you ease it right back down as you roll through the gears. Alright, now we're going to demonstrate the functionality of this top on the 2004 Cambiocorsa Spyder.